Hi, everyone. My name is Lily. I'll be helping Tara channel love today. I am a medium. I'm also a channeler, healer. I work with people and animals. And we'll see what comes from this. I'm very excited. Feels very light and pink. I can already feel love in my heart chakra. And yeah, we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Hello. From who are you and where do you come from?
Not so much a form, but we, I, all in energy. Liliane.
Okay, Aphrodite, are you there? I feel you there.
Perhaps that could be an aspect. You might call it the spark of all existence.
Okay. Which dimension are you speaking to us from?
All,
From
all
all.
dimensions, all universe, all connected, much like a spider's web, every source energy connected to another source, depending on the universe. But all are one. And so it doesn't matter if I have form or not, for the energy is formless and form all at once. It is dimensional, yet it is not. It is the universe, and it is not.
Okay. I have to rephrase my questions then. Um, let's see. What is the perspective of love from, let's say, the Arcturians? Because when I speak with them, I feel like I'm in a comforter and I'm surrounded by warmth. How do you describe the way Arcturians feel or emit love?
Perhaps we must broaden the scope of the term love. Many might look at that term as love for a child, love for one another, one for love for one's pets, or even love for self, but really is an energy, meaning an energetic connection, ones that you feel comfortable with. Take it into perspective. When you feel comfortable around your closest friends, you would say that there is love amongst you. However, when you are around those that you do not feel a connection to, in fact, you feel quite disconnected to those people, you might not agree that there is love between you two, but there is. And so, again, we want to change the idea of what love is. Love is all. It is the shadow, it is the light. And so let's say for you, you are feeling comfortable with the Arcturian energy, and that is because there is a similarity in signature. There is a fragment of yourself in them. And so you might say there is love between you two. And this is why you might feel comfortable. However, if I were to put an arachnid in front of you, you might say that there was no love between you two. But the arachnid
Mhm.
would not be there for it, not for love, because it is all, it is like I said, it is the light, it is the shadow, it is all things, because it is the frequency of learning.
I just, okay. Now I have to figure out how to ask these questions. I can tell you what I see. I see a lot of gold and white lights behind you, bubbles flying all around, all aspects of you from all universes, all dimensions, just crowding all behind you. Um,
I can speak on the gold if you wish.
okay.
There is a reason why oftentimes gold is mixed in with the idea of love. Sometimes when you speak of romantic love, there's gestures of gold, perhaps a piece of gold, or perhaps the chocolates wrapped in gold foil. And that is because gold is given reverence on your planet as something to be valued. It is of high value, and anything of high value would be connected to love because love is also highly valued. It is highly prized. And this is why there are entities who do not reside within this dimension that seek to acquire the energy of gold. Perhaps it is not gold itself, and maybe it's not even the frequency that they think they are looking for. But what they are looking for is the energy of love. So we might say that there are those that are coming here to find gold, but really they're coming to find love. It is the love within themselves. They have a hard time acknowledging that their own polarity, whatever it may be, is already the frequency of love because they seek outside themselves. And unfortunately, that is something that has been promoted in your planet and in your dimension to seek outside the self as if love was something to behold, if it was within another human being or something tangible. And yes, it is those things, but it is also you.
Oh, so my next question is, if someone's love language is giving gifts, but I mean, actual items as a form of love, but then they can't really show emotion, what is missing? Like, how do you unblock that? Why, I guess, why is giving things the default for their emotions? What is blocked that's stopping them from showing the emotion? I guess that's my question.
Perhaps I might give this as an example to make it more easily understood.
Hmm.
You know what Lincoln logs are.
Are they the ones that fit in together?
Yes. So let's
Hmm.
take, for example, Legos or Lincoln logs, anything that you can build upon. Let's say that someone created a little structure out of Lincoln logs, a little square home. And inside that home are their emotions, their understanding of self. And really, emotions are just the language of the self. And where does that language of self come from? But love, one's own essence. So one is feeling perhaps disconnected from their own essence, their own love, so to speak, and they have trapped it away for fear that one might harm them, that perhaps love is something that is finite. And this could be a trauma of theirs where they are afraid to give that love or parts of them away, parts of their emotional self. So instead, they give of their physical self. They give what their physical self can provide, the Lincoln logs, so to speak. So they might give away pieces of those logs to say, I give you pieces of me, because they place themselves within those physical items. So it is not materialism, but rather they are trying to show you that they are gifting you a whole entire piece of themselves. But they see themselves in the object. They do not see that what is inside of them might be something all learning. Remember, love is the frequency of learning. So in doing this, their partner learns a little something, and so do they.
So they equate emotional love with and for giving as equal, almost, you would say.
Yes, because they place their value, their self in the physical object in order to create an emotional response from their partner. They do not wish to have gifts in return, but rather they want that emotional response. They want to receive it because they have trouble giving it themselves.
Ah, I understand. Okay, that makes sense. I did not know that. I mean, I knew on some level, but So saying no to a gift would be like wounding them.
It would be denying them as a person. And yes, it would be quite hurtful, but
I
also
see.
an emotion that they could learn from if they chose to look at it.
Okay. We're coming up on 15 minutes in a few seconds. Would you like to say anything else?
Yes. Perhaps it would be something that all might want to look into. What do you think of when you think of the word love? Perhaps you think of friendship type love, love for a child. Perhaps you have love for your job. Perhaps you have love for other people. Perhaps you have love for the planet. But what is it really? What is the frequency? And what are the aspects that you do not call love? Perhaps the people that you do not use the word vibe. You say, I do not vibe with this person or this situation, but there is love in them as well. Creation is love. This planet is love. The very cells in your head and your body are all love. They are made with the frequency of learning. There's learning going on at the micro level and the macro levels. All of it is love. And so when you can find love in all the things, even the things that you do not vibe with, then you understand what love truly is. And you truly understand yourself.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you so much. This was a very nice conversation.
One more thing before I go. The vessel
Okay.
I am speaking through, that I am communicating with, showed me the number threes in
Oh,
connection with
yes. Yes.
you are the aspect of you, your soul, your love, which again I said is in all things, and your physical self, and seeing them as detached when they are all one, your soul, your love, and you. When you can combine all three into one, all the ones begin to show and the path begins to open.
Thank you. Whoa, that was wow. That was, do you remember any of it?
Yeah, some of it, yeah.
It was it was wow. Okay. Well, we have a couple questions that were answered, which was like it just kind of I didn't know what to ask them. It was just like it was just not what I was expecting at all. And it's just I'm watching you speak and then it's like different faces are talking like at once. Like but they're like popping out one at a time and they're just like different representations like different women, Aphrodite or like Mary Magdalene or whoever. It was just so
Mhm.
odd.
It was interesting because it felt amorphous, like it wasn't a thing
Mm-hmm.
really. But as it was speaking, it was like it was pulling from all these different, like it was pulling from me, it was pulling from like everything in order to express itself because it's like it wanted to be easily understood by us. And I don't think that we're like on a level of like
Mm-hmm.
understanding it in its pure essence. So it's like, I'm going to use this person's kind of thoughts and this person's thoughts to kind of like
Mm-hmm.
speak. So yeah, it was definitely, it felt weird, but like in a good way.
Yeah, it was just like a million people talking at once. It was so odd.
Yeah. So, wow, that was, hmm. Oh yeah. Okay. I remember the very end. Um,
Yes, the three
because it's
question.
getting ready to leave. And I figured since you were on the line, like my ego self was, I just kept saying like three, 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 three.
Oh,
Like that's all I could get across. And it was like, oh, okay. She has a question about the threes.
yeah, yeah. It was
Yeah, it
so.
was weird. I saw like, it was like an image of like you and then like your, light self, your light being self. And in the middle was like the flaming heart. And it was like to put all of them together is like the one, and it was, yeah, that was cool.
I mean, I'm sure we'll talk about that later because I'm just like, okay, this is something I wasn't expecting.
You're
But
like,
yeah,
wow, thanks for sharing that on the internet.
I know. I was like, oh, okay.
So yeah, I think that was really fun. I definitely want to sit with that. I'm definitely going to watch this back, and meditate on it and see just kind of like how I feel with what the being was saying, about basically love is all things, even the things that we don't like. It's just a frequency. But maybe it's very limiting when we give it like a definition, here on Earth. Oh, hey, kitty.
Of course, he always
Um,
comes at the right time.
yeah. But yeah, so like if we say that love is, the definition is this, and here are the instances in which love occurs, I think it limits it. And perhaps maybe that's why they make definitions, of a very powerful energy.
Oh, to
Think
limit certain interactions or certain things from happening, certain paths from opening.
that.
Okay.
So then we'd never find love in the darkness. We'd never find love in those that maybe we don't get along with.
That's
We'd
true.
say, well, that's not the definition of love. Then it's like, I don't like that person. Well, it's like, maybe you don't like them, but they're still love, and you're still like the same stuff. So interesting.
Definitely mind opening.
Yeah. So you guys definitely tap in. And what did you get from that? What were your thoughts? Maybe you were in agreement or disagreement with whatever that I hate to say entity, because it really wasn't an entity. It was just like a weird energy from like a lot of different points of view. But yeah, what did you guys get from it? And if you have ideas for future channeling videos or questions, or if you want to be an interviewer yourself, basically take Lily's place, or Dana. Many got to meet Dana Clemente in one of the channeling videos. My friend Tone, his son Tamarin. Just let's get more interviewers, more points of view. You don't have to have your image shown if you don't want to. It could just be a voice asking questions. It's totally up to you. But I think that this is fantastic. I'm really enjoying this, and let's see where this goes. So anyway, Thank you guys so much. Thank you for the support. Thank you, Lili, for coming in with your wonderful questions.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Anytime.
So thank you guys so much, and I will catch you later.
Bye.